Right, I think it's working. Oh yeah, just change the audio, yeah. Right, there we go. Oh, sorry, we missed a bit of quali. I mean, it's a sprint race, so I think it's just short quali. But your boy Roy, I don't know who that is, but he set pole with a 133.9, basically a 133.4. No, a 134. Just beating MJ, who I have heard of. He's been decent the last couple races. And then behind that, 6 tenths back, Salsa 134.6. Recon finally showing a bit of quali pace. He's got good race pace, but haven't seen him qualify high up the grid for a while. 134.7. Yeah, he's doing decently, you know. Yeah, there's quite a gap from the fastest lap and the slower laps. There's 135s from P8 all the way to P13 as well. I'm assuming they just made mistakes, but that's not very promising. This Alpine is pretty similar to my kind of quali pace, which is worrying because I'm tier 3 and I've got to race tomorrow. I think the Haas just letting him pass, but it looks like an Alpine's letting by as well. Yeah, yellow line just not getting in the way. Chicken Truck's on a lap. He's up 1/10 after sector 2. Good question, actually. I have
Let's
no
have a
clue.
little sneaky peeky. That's 1 out of 2. Thank you, Lucas.
Oh, my mic is right. No, your mic's right. Chicken Truck went up 4/10 on his previous lap. He got into P8 with a 135.2. Still couple tenths behind Yellowline in P7. It was small pack all the way up to Recon, but you can definitely get there if you can get into the garage and back out again. I don't know what kind of setups they'll be running either around this track, because obviously you want loads of downforce for Sector 1 and Sector 3, but Sector 2 is mostly just straight lines, and that's where you could sacrifice a bit of front wing for overtakes. Yeah, Tier 6 drivers always find a way to make a race interesting. MJ pretty much neutral on his lap after Sector 1, hoping to try get past your boy Roy. He's currently on provisional pole. He goes all the way down the straight, a couple cars ahead, hoping they won't block his lap. Comes through turn 13 into the 14, easy to lose the race through this little section, but he keeps the power confident. Yes, and hops out the way of the Williams, who comes around the final corner. Can he get pole? No, he can't. He goes 6 thousandths slower than his last lap. It's going to be frustrating, and I don't know whether he'll be able to get out again. That's helpful for the Alpine in P1. Sousa in the Haas. Gone 2 tenths slower now. Crossing sector 1. He was up a bit of time because he did set a decent lap. He's in P5 now as Captain Smack goes a bit faster. 5 tenths faster, that is. A 134.268. Very solid lap. Both McLarens showing decent pace. No other team looking that consistent. But Alpine have a driver in P1 and P8. Hoping they can get a result for their, what I think is the championship hopes. Yes, Alpine are leading the championship by quite a distance at the moment, followed by Ferrari and McLaren. So will they be able to close that gap over the next few races? Not sure. Oh, hang on, never mind. Wait, oh, I was reading the wrong one. Never mind, Ferrari are leading the championship. I can't see their drivers doing too well at the moment. Hayden Boss, P18. I don't know if they have another driver today, which can't be helpful for them. And Lucas invalidates his lap. I don't know if he's got enough fuel to make around again, but he's completely out of battery. Yeah, he's down a second. I don't think he's going to be able to get into pits in time, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to get another competitive lap in. Chicken Truck 4 tenths up, but he's invalidated on this lap, and he's sitting in P11 right now. Neutral Khan improved about a second to put him into P6. Very solid. They need to get out of the way, or his lap's gonna not end well. Abdul Wakey on his fast lap. He's in P18, so definitely needs to improve if he wants a decent qualifying position for the sprint. He's not gone up much after sector 1, but we can't see the sector time, so maybe it was just a mistake in sector 3 that he made. So he comes in and run down to turn 11. He's late on the brakes, so he can. TikTok Matthew picks up a 5-place grid penalty for a collision. And he's retired as well. Abdul Wakey about to go into sector 3. Up 5 tenths at the moment. Hoping to claw back positions. Come a bit closer to pole. Emjeld is up on his lap time as well, just past sector 1. Just half a tenth up, but it would be enough to get him past the Alpine. Yellow line could be on for flyer here. He's 6 tenths up on his time. Comes to the final 2 corners. ERS deployed completely. As he comes across the line with a 134.2. Puts him in P4. Decent qualifying from the Alpines, P1 and P4. They're going to hope they can get a very strong result today, as we're nearing the back end of the season. Abdul Wakey can only get P16. Finn BH not on a flyer anymore. Not a good day for the Aston Martins. They're going to need to claw back in the sprint. Salsa's invalidated his lap. Emjeld goes fastest, 133.7. 3 tenths faster than the Alpine. And that's pole for Emjeld in the Williams. Very strong lap from Williams, 133.7. 3 tenths behind us, your boy Roy with Alpine, with basically a 134.0. TikTok Matthew did finish P3, but has a 5-second grid penalty, a 5-place grid penalty. Yeah, he's been very consistent this season, and he's keeping the pace up very well. He's just had a bit of bad luck in the races. I'm not sure where he is in the championship. I think he joined a bit later. Yeah, he's definitely been one of the better drivers that I've seen in Tier 6. So now we're going to the sprint in USA. Not sure how many laps it is, but I'm assuming it's just enough for one medium stint. Sorry? Oh, it is. Well, that could affect a lot of drivers. I don't know what setups they've gone with, but I don't think most of them went with wet setups, and it does look very heavy. It looks like it's going to be full wets from everyone on the grid, and I don't know if it's going to be drying up either. This could result in a lot of spins and quite a messy sprint if they're not careful. So we're lined up on the grid. Lights. Oh, it's. Oh, formation lap. Never mind. Just look at the tyres. Yeah, they're all on full wets. And I don't know whether the weather is going to brighten up at all, but for now the drivers are going to have to put up with it. A couple drivers have already gone off. Ferrari's in P19 and P20. One of them had to join late and the other just had an unlucky quali. Not the ideal starting position for them. Hopefully they can make a comeback today. Aston Martin's P16 and 17. There's a different story for the Williams. They got P1 but also P18. Rounding out both ends of the grid. They'll be on very different strategies as well. Two drivers disqualified, Alfa Romeo of Matthew and Yellow Lime in the Alpine. Those two made contact, I'm assuming, on the braking section of the straight. Probably won't make much of an impact because the tyres won't really be that cold in this, because you don't have to do much warming up. But it will mean they don't get to park properly, which could just make a slight difference off the start. And they are next to each other on the grid, so I'm sure we'll see battles from those two this race. They come around turn 20, all of them start parking up. A couple drivers a bit behind. I think they're struggling in these conditions already, even on the formation lap. So loads of drivers getting disqualified as well. And the wet sprint race in America is just about to start, once everyone's car has loaded properly. Everyone's parked up. Yellow line disconnected. Light, 5 red lights. And it's away we go. What a start from yellow line. Although he is on AI, so I don't know if his pace is going to be fantastic. He'll be hoping to join back as soon as possible. There's a Ferrari just stuck on the grid. It's a turn 1 is chaos with loads of cars going off. McLaren coming back on. 3 wide, 4 wide. There's too much to keep track of. There's loads of spins. There's a car crash at turn 3. Surely that's a safety car. Debris everywhere. No safety car. The race carries on. McLaren and Ferrari make contact. Hayden Boss and Captain Smeck. More cars manage to get through. Can't see anything in these conditions. MJ runs down. He's dropped to P8. That's an awful start from him. But he hopes to make a double switchback on the AlphaTauri and McLaren. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. He doesn't quite have the straight line speed. Behind Lanky Lucas and Captain Smeck going side by side. But Lanky Lucas got miles ahead off the exit. Clearly has the straight line speed. MJ and XT Wavy. The Williams makes a dive up on both the cars. Aston Martin and Finn BH just ahead. 111 tab and yellow line going at it now as well. Fighting for P3 is your boy Roy and Tixel Matthew have a 1.5 second gap from them and P3. It looks set for a comfortable sprint for the Alpine. Lanky Lucas and Chicken Truck wheel by side. But the Mercedes fights to get ahead. It's so difficult to keep the rear, especially around that corner in this wet track. He manages to do it. The Alpine comes onto the second lap of the sprint. Red Bull narrowly dodges contact with the Haas. As McLaren goes through on the Ferrari. Aston Martin sits behind. Ferrari wants to fight back. Going in the rundown for turn 1. Both of them burning ERS. Ferrari nearly spins it. Just lag. Someone tries to take it round the outside, but he runs wide, goes off the track slightly. And the McLaren stays ahead. It's a hectic start with loads of contact. The Alpine already has a 3-second penalty. So does Hayden. Drivers really struggling with the track out there. Hayden as well getting another penalty. Just cannot keep it on track. Abdul in Aston Martin gets a 3-second penalty as well now. As Ferrari dives up the inside of McLaren, bit of contact between them. McLaren goes off wide onto the straight. Ferrari gets a better exit. McLaren has way more ERS though. Not sure if he's going to be able to catch up even with the slipstream. That's another penalty, this time for Neutral Khan. He's miles behind because he had to pit. As McLaren's gone off, nearly went into the wall, and he drops to P17, holding the Alfa Romeo behind. Lanky Lucas looking at a move on his teammate in the Mercedes. Goes a bit wide though in turn 19. Comes back onto the pit straight. Stays behind 1 out of 2. Mercedes will not want to be fighting. All sorts. Oh, yeah. It was a hectic start though. I could hardly keep track of it all. Oh yeah, I don't know. Lanky Lucas finally making the move, wheel by wheel. Coming onto the straight, Lucas gets better exit and 1 out of 2 just sits behind with no ERS left on lap 3. I'm not sure how he's managed to run out of battery already. Alpine and P1. Yeah, okay. Alpine and P1's pulling a bit of a gap away, 1.5 seconds. Does have the 3-second penalty that he has to be wary of. But he's showing decent pace in the wet at the moment. MRI Dill, 3-second penalty as well. Bearing down on the Haas across the pit straight, he's going to be burning ERS, hopefully going to make a move, but the Haas gets a really good exit. Abdul Wakey trying to get past 1 out of 2, he does make it. That's P12 for the Aston Martin. Williams almost loses the rear, but manages to save it 1-1 tab in P3. The stakes are extremely high at the moment for these drivers up high. Just looks like he's struggling with the rear round sector 1. It's extremely difficult to get right, especially if you're on a dry setup in the wet conditions. The rear will be going all over the place for most of the drivers. Lucas might be making a dive on the Red Bull. He decides to sit behind his brake early, avoid any incidents. Probably the best thing to do. Neutral Khan gets another 3-second penalty. He's on 6 seconds in P19 and 20 seconds behind. And he's retired from the session. And that's manually as well. He's not done it in the pits. I don't think it will be a safety car. Lanky Lucas making a switch back on the Red Bull. It's a lovely move, he can get this done. He's on the outside, on the fast right-hander, bless you. And he makes the move happen. And he gets into P10. Williams still managing to sit just behind the Alfa Romeo TikTok Matthew. But the gap is nearing a second. DRS obviously doesn't turn on in wet conditions, and it looks like it's going to be staying pretty rainy for the rest of the sprint. So it's going to be really difficult for the Williams to make an overtake, especially with The Alfa Romeo's battery being extremely high. Chicken trucks come into the pits, fitting a fresh set of wets. Salsa goes past McLaren, speeding past using ERS. McLaren is completely out of battery. Makes a dive up the inside at the end of the pit straight. Back straight, sorry. McLaren manages to defend. Will the Haas go for another overtake? No, he won't. We got another. Should have another commentator in. If I can just get him to join. Yeah, here he is. Aston Martin, hello. Abdelwaki could look to make a dive. Doesn't look like he's going to make it. But he could. Oh, he does make a dive. Late on the brakes on the Haas. Bumps over the curb. Goes wide. Pardon, sir? Oh, yeah. If I can get that. Oh, yeah, the party auto there. Aston Martin going round the outside of the Red Bull. Red Bull's going to be on the outside for the fast left-hander in the wet. Will either drivers mess it up? No, but the Red Bull does go wide. Abdelwaki gets another 3-second penalty. That puts him on 9 seconds in P11. Red Bull can just sit behind and he will finish ahead after Pens. Aston Martin approaches the Haas now ahead and FIFA's in P10. Doesn't have the battery to make an overtake though. So he's going to have to rely on the Haas to just make a mistake at some point around the track. Alpine in lead has picked up another 3-second penalty. He's on 6 seconds now. Matthew is set for a P1 in the sprint. But anything can change at any corner. Especially on a track like this in these conditions. 1 out of 2 makes a move on MRI Dill. MRI Dill's looks like he went wide on the X6. He's just lost 2 positions to a McLaren and a Mercedes. As FIFA's now gets a 3-second time penalty.
The Haas has just over. Oh, something's happened with the Red Bull. He's just let so many people go. He's now down to P17, and I think he was P14.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened with him. It looks like his front wing's intact, but he just lost all the positions he gained.
I mean, right then he actually looked like he just let the Alfa Romeo go. Or from my screen anyway, just slowed down and then passed.
Yeah, so he must be struggling with something here. He's not on
He's got a lot
AI
of
mode.
battery. I don't see what he would be struggling with.
Yeah.
The tab is really close to Matthew now. This is what P2, he hasn't even blown up ends. There's 2 laps remaining. He's going to go for the move, I reckon. They're going side by side into turn 1, and he just gets the move done. TikTok Matthew completely bats out, slows down, and lets tab into P2.
These two are fighting for the lead right now, but if they fight too much and lose enough time, that would
Oh,
put
yeah,
the Alpine back into P1.
Forgot about that. Forgot the Alpine had a 6 seconds.
Yeah, that's going to change the outcome of this top 3 completely. Just depends if he picks up another 3-second penalty. There's 2.5 laps left to go of the sprint.
Yeah,
MI do
glad.
DNS.
As the Red Bull, he's been retired. Something's wrong with him. He's
Yeah,
just
he's
retired
in
from
the
possession.
pits.
He loses
Might
position
have
to
a
just
problem with his
chip in
wheel.
them.
I'm sure he'll let us know in the tier 6 chat. There will be a yellow flag for him, but it shouldn't be a safety car. It's far too late in the race, and he hasn't crashed or anything. He did
There
just
shouldn't be a
manually
safety car
DNS.
anyway, this late into the race.
And we've managed to get through the whole sprint without a safety car, which surprises me. But I'm impressed, especially after the turn 1 carnage that happened. About
Oh, what
6
happened?
cars were facing the wrong direction, I reckon.
Oh,
It was a mess. Front wings
look at this
everywhere,
battle for
but
P4. There's 6 steps in between the 3 of them. Well, 8 now, but get the point.
wheel to
TikTok
wheel with
Matthews lost a lot of
Mercedes.
time to tab.
1 out of 2, looking for the switchback. Have to get the throttle down early. McLaren still has the lead, and Mercedes is going to back out going into the tight hairpin.
P4 and P5 have absolutely no battery, but still fighting for the position. While the Williams behind has a bit more battery, but he's got the disadvantage in the wet with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, he could have potential for an overtake if he just builds up the battery, but it looks like he's struggling to stay ahead. The Williams did get pole, but his race pace hasn't shown quite as much. The Yellow Lines picks up a 3-second penalty. That's going to be detrimental to his finish. That does put him behind that Aston Martin and the Williams into P6. Not what he would have wanted. As Alpine of your boy Roy has just pulled out a 5-second gap now. It's going to be very tight coming into these last couple of laps. 7/10 in it.
I think TikTok Matthews actually over 6 seconds away now. He is, or pretty much 6 seconds.
He has dropped out the range.
So unless he speeds up, he's got more battery than your boy Roy, just by a bit though.
Yeah, it's very tight. It's going to just come down to this last lap. Who starts on pole for the actual Grand Prix? The main race, but at the moment there are a few points being given out for the sprinter course.
Do you know if it's raining for the race?
It's not going to be a fun time for a lot of these drivers who I think have dry setups on. TikTok
Oh, that
Matthew
must
does
surely
take-
must be mean that it's going to be dry for the race. Otherwise, they would not better.
Yeah,
dry setup.
they are going to struggle. TikTok Matthew goes slightly wide, but it does stay within 5/10. He could look for a move on this final lap. He's at decent pace for that sector 3, and he's managed to catch up.
Tab needs to push now to get within them 6 seconds. He's actually 6 seconds away, roughly.
It's going to be a very tight finish to see who gets P1. There's just 2 tenths between the Alpine and Williams after pens. Three-second penalty for McLaren Captain Smek. That means he's no longer ahead of Abdul Wakey. And 1 out of 2 does make his way past after that extra 3-second penalty. Lanky Lucas trying to make a move on the Haas, and he does it successfully. Gets ahead just before the S's of sector 1. Recon picking up his first penalty of the race. Puts him behind the AlphaTauri of XD Wavy. Hayden also getting a 3-second penalty. He's on 12 seconds now. He's really struggled with track limits, but he's in P16. And I don't think his race is going to be looking much better unless he sorts.
Well, it's going to be very tight coming through the final sector. Tab is 2 tenths away from a P1. Do you think he can push, or they're on the same
I'm not sure he has
ERS?
enough. ERS is looking pretty much the same. He's trying to get the throttle down as much as possible in turn 17 and 18. It doesn't look like he has enough. There's 4 tenths gap over even 5 tenths.
5 tenths. Yeah, he's out of it.
And your boy Roy comes round the final corner and finishes P1 in the Coaster Sprint. A brilliant race for him today. He's led from pretty much start to finish. Completely
Tab
deserved.
P2 and Matthew P3 to finish off the podium for the sprint. As
Line
Abdul
P5
gets another
or
3
P6.
seconds, but
Finn P4, MGL P5. Decent showing from Williams and Alpine. Both competing for a good points finish this race. Recon
as the
P8.
McLaren says, he's down the inside last corner. They're side by side as he gets the move done.
And he
did
gets
get
the move
3
done. It's a
seconds from
brilliant
it.
overtake.
So that's P11,
But he's got
P12,
another penalty.
P13,
P13.
P14.
P14. And that looks like how the grid is going to line up for the race. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Hopefully it's dry, so we see a bit more like DRS. Just a bit more strategy in general, but you never know. It was full wets throughout. Second truck comes around the penultimate corner. Just one more to go, and he finishes P17 for the sprint.
Still have no idea why that Dill guy DNF. He was on for a decent race. He could have started a few positions up.
I'm not sure if he said anything. I can't see. I don't think he said anything, but
Tab with the driver of the day.
yeah, pretty deserved. He made up quite a few positions, and overall, it's not an easy sprint.
Oh,
Especially
apparently
when it's
he's
tipping
not
down.
in the league. I've just heard
Who isn't, sorry?
that Red Bull wasn't in the league.
Wasn't he? Oh,
Apparently, that's what I've just been added.
not sure what's happened there then. I haven't heard any of that until now. So I'm gonna see if anyone else talks about it.
So your boy Roy will be starting P1 and brings 8 points to his standings with Tab just behind, starting on the front row with him. Will be interesting turn 1. See if there's any carnage.
Yeah, I mean, I hope there is, and I also hope there isn't, because I don't want an early safety car. But I wouldn't mind the same thing to happen again, because it was quite entertaining as well. Pretty difficult to keep track of. I had a couple of drivers gaining about 10 places just after the first lap.
Yeah.
Let's see if anyone forgets about the 2-minute
Oh,
break.
it's dry then, it's dry.
I think they've all remembered. Yeah, it does look very sunny as well. No
I
rain
think
in sight.
all the drivers are glad it's dry.
I don't blame them, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a wet race tomorrow either.
So what tier are you in?
Tier 3.
Oh,
My
nice.
pace. Don't know how good my pace is going to be, but I did have another league race around this track earlier in the week, so I did a bit of driving for that to get an idea. But, you know, you never know what's going to happen in most of the tiers in this league. One crash and it's a formation lap. Just to get a chance to warm up these tyres. Speaking of tyres, I see what they're all on. Most on mediums, however, Wavy, FIFAs and Captain Smack all opting for the HUDs, hoping to go a bit further out.
As Finn is disqualified, I don't know how that's happened. I
Brilliant
don't think he
start for
actually
him.
got off the line. You look, he's still on the stone. Oh no, sorry, that's because he got teleported. Yeah, sorry,
Oh.
that's me being stupid.
Yeah, I have no clue what happened to him there, but Tab.
It's weird though,
Tab's
because
gone
when two drivers collide, they both get disqualified. So it's weird how he's only been
Yeah.
disqualified.
Although sometimes only one driver does get disqualified, it
Yeah,
just varies.
true.
Although there's another two gone. Abdul Wakin
Yeah,
gone
both
after
the Aston Martins have been
Tab spins it trying
disqualified
to warm
then.
up his softs. He's gone with a
That is
brave strategy
not
to start
great.
on softs, hoping for just an aggressive start, get into the lead early and build up a lead, I guess. But other than that, 16 of the drivers starting on mediums. They're just going for the normal medium hard strategy, but I'm sure safety cars will change up the chosen strategy.
So let's see how many have opted for different tyres. Let's see here. So Tab is on the softs. He's the only one on the softs.
Yeah, then you got 3 drivers on the hards, hoping they can just push a bit longer, but I can see a safety car happening within the first 10 laps. I don't think hards is a very good choice.
Was there a safety car in the sprint?
There wasn't actually, which surprised me, but it
Fair
was
enough.
wet, so there weren't as many crashing
Yeah,
DNFs. It's a
They're
lot
obviously
slower.
not going as fast.
But I can imagine there'll be a safety car very early on here.
So the two hard runners are Captain Smek and FIFA's, and they're the only two which have went for the hards. The rest have went for the three, sorry, yellow
And
line,
Wavy did as well.
Wavy. Yeah, Wavy's on the hards. The rest are on mediums, other than Tab, who has decided to go for the two-stop here, or hoping for a safety car early on in the race so he can pit again.
Chicken truck just messes up his parking slightly, but doesn't change much. It's 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go.
Finn got an amazing start. He's already up to P1.
Finn BH already P2.
Oh,
P1
no.
now, wheel to wheel with
Tab side by
Tab on
side.
the softs. He'll have the grip advantage, but he goes around the outside, penning him to the middle. As Alpine looks for a
Oh,
move,
as there's Alfa Romeo
Williams
around,
manages to get
TikTok
ahead.
Matthew has just reset to track. Oh, as there's more carnage at the back, the Ferrari's onto the grass.
3 drivers gone off track. Carnage
And the
over the
Mercedes
S's.
went off as well.
But Tab did get a lead. It was a great start from him.
I guess he is on the
soft.
softs, so he's obviously going to get a decent
He's gonna
start, but your
push
boy
as much
Roy
as
has
possible
got to
now.
be disappointed with that. Probably bad start for
someone
him
else
as
has
the
gone.
Alfa Romeo spins. TikTok Matthew again. So to see, your boy Roy will be looking to get that P2 again early, but at the moment it looks like this Williams is going to try and make a move.
Yeah,
He's only
MJ is
2
a very
cents
fast
away.
driver. He did get pole in the dry, so it looks like his dry pace is very strong. But he's not going to make a move on this lap. He's going to hold off. It's probably best to just avoid instant to this point. Abdul Wakey going at it with multiple drivers. MRI is ghosted. Don't think he's... I think he left the lobby or something, because he's...
Yeah. I don't think he was part of the league, so I think he was like left. Oh, as
Oh,
the
and
Aston
Aston Martin
round,
and Finn
Finn
Hicks
is out.
spins.
Or he spun, yes. That is bad for him, considering
He's
he was
got a
on for
bit
at
too
least a
aggressive
podium
on the
there. Could have
throttle.
even been on for a win.
Yeah. Oh, and he goes
he's
around
been
again.
spun
His tyres are
again.
way too warm. This is not how he wanted the first lap to go. As Tab comes across the line, the 1 second gap as another driver goes around Lanky Lucas.
Here comes the Williams on the Alpine. They're side by side coming into turn 1. Can the Williams get a good exit? No, he cannot. The Alpine keeps the lead.
He's going to stay closer with the slipstream. Dirty Air could mess up his line slightly. Yes, as he does possibly get a track limit warning. But it looks like he's got really good downforce as he keeps with the Alpine very well. He could look to make a move. Both drivers have plenty of battery. Tab
Yellow
already
flag
burning
again,
up his
that's
less than
that's
50%.
Finn again who's spun. This is not the start to the race he would have wanted, considering he got up to P2 as he
Oh,
spun
he-
again.
His rear tyres are on fire.
The
He really
Haas.
needs a safety car.
Salsa spun as well, he's down to P12. Because the
Tab
Rebels
and-
side by
yeah, but
side with the
Tab's-
McLaren.
Tab made a huge mistake on the exit and must have lost the rear a bit as he drops the P4 all in
Oh,
one
yeah.
turn. It's a huge battle from Alpine and Williams today. It's anyone's race at the moment. Tab on
Oh,
the
it's a
alternate strategy doesn't
contact.
get past the yellow line.
4P5. Wavy got a time pen. Sorry, 4P6. Can the McLaren come back at the Red Bull coming onto the straight? He will not have DRS as DRS is not activated yet, but he's looking
Yellow
for the
line's
P6.
disconnected. That's going to be a huge blow to Alpine's podium hopes. Your boy Roy, only one left right now in the lobby for them. But he does get fastest lap of the race, obviously because it's lap 2. Matthew goes a little bit faster. Looks like he's really pushing on those mediums.
This is William versus Roy at the moment. 4P1. He's going to have DRS
Roy
as well, the
Alpine's
Williams,
last
so this could be a great opportunity down the straight as long as he has a good first sector, which it does. He's gained at least a 10th on the Alpine so far. This is perfect for him.
Tab's battery is looking a little bit worse for wear, as he might struggle to catch up again, and he's going to be have to defend against the AlphaTauri now.
Here comes a Williams on the Alpine coming onto the straight low. He will have DRS.
Yellow line joins back. He's only dropped to P7, possibly P8. Yeah, he does go to P8. Williams doesn't look like it has enough straight line speed to catch up. He's not pushing on ERS too much. Could make a dive though, as he catches up quite late on the straight.
Is he going to go for it?
As he does make the dive, goes up the inside. He pushes the Alpine as wide as he possibly can without pushing him off track. Alpine makes a dive up the inside again. Williams leaves space. Both get the throttle down early. Tight hairpin. Will the Alpine make another dive? No, he won't, and Amstel gets ahead into the lead.
Oh, Alpine
Brilliant
really
little
messed up
battle
his
from those two.
exit there. Look at that, he's just lost a second. He could be out of DRS if he don't get this third sector perfect. Oh, as he's left. He's disconnected.
Oh, it's
Contact
gone
between
all wrong for
Alphaturi and
Alpine.
Williams. Tab just trying to fend off Wavy now. He looks quite slow and soft compared to at the start of the race. Oh, there's just some more contact between the Red Bull and the Alphaturi. McLaren and the Red Bull are side by side now, going into turn 1.
Is disconnected actually.
As the Red Bull sends it down the inside of the Alphaturi, but the Alphaturi gets a better exit and completely overtakes. Now the McLaren is trying to make a move on the Red Bull after he gets a bad exit. If he gets his final sector perfect, first sector perfectly, then he could get the move done. And they're side by side again.
He's looking very quick on the hards, but his weakness is that he doesn't have much battery left.
And he does have a penalty as well.
Yeah. Him and the Williams have caught up to Alpine's Ghost, as MJ is now almost 6 seconds clear. If there's no safety car, then it could be a massive race for him, as Williams move into a 1-2 position. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to hold on to it or not, but AlphaTauri has no battery along with Tab, so maybe the overtake's going to be quite difficult.
Oh, as the McLaren almost hits the back of the Red Bull there, but just dodged, but that compromises his exit just a bit as the Red Bull is spun again. Hayden is spun.
McLaren just kind of trying to keep the nose as close to the Red Bull's gearbox as possible. Moving into turn 9,
That's
18
Hayden
and 19.
again.
Hayden really struggling at the moment. And the Williams has gone of Tab. Looks like there was contact between him and Matthew.
Wavy's gone into the abyss, yes.
Yeah, he got wing damage. That's not helpful for Williams one bit. But MJ is now 7 seconds.
They're going
clear of
4
P4.
wide, that's the... Oh, it's big crash, there's a big crash. They're going 4 wide into turn 1.
Yeah, Tab is now dropping positions like flies. P12 now. And his race has just... It's gone from 100 to 0 so quick. As he goes round again, his rear's on fire.
Tabas DNF
He's just
inside
retired.
on track. Will that cause a safety car? That's the question.
There is a little bit of debris. Aston Martin's gone round.
2 yellow flags, this could really
And
be a
it's a
safety
safety
car.
car. Is it a virtual or is it a full?
I don't think it even is a safety car. I think there was just yellow flags
Oh
everywhere.
no. It genuinely just was. yellow flags in every sector. I was gonna say, if there was a safety car then Tab has just messed up his teammates' race completely.
Look at this battle for P2 though.
Yeah, Recon and Matthew. Recon has loads of ERS still. His battery use has been fantastic from the races I've seen of him. And it has really helped him get some good results. As now that's a safety car. Because I'm not sure where the incident is, but an Aston Martin's gone round. He's still going. He's only just spun. It looks like a Red Bull's come into the pits. Along with, multiple cars. I'm assuming they're just looking for fresh tyres. The Red Bull is fixing his front wing.
Have you seen the message from Josh in comms chat?
Oh no.
Oh, VSC, yeah. Sorry, sorry, that's a safety car. I've completely missed that. Sorry, I was reading Josh's message. He was just saying switch between broadcast and on board. I think
Oh, yeah.
that's what I meant.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what he means.
God, I completely missed that safety car. I didn't even realise.
Yeah, now that Williams' race has just gone in the bin and he loses his 7-second lead that he'd earned. And suddenly
who's
it's
actually
much
stopped?
harder again.
The first person to stop at the moment is P7. Do you think he can go to the hards till the end? That's 22 laps on them hards.
When I was driving the other day, this track's not very nice on tyre wear, and the hards just can't go 22 laps, I don't think, unless you're really good at tyre management. So I'm sure
Yeah.
they're just looking for a soft stint at the end or something.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
think they're
from
gonna
his
make the hards
POV,
last.
from his POV, why wouldn't you stop? Like, you get a free pit stop pretty much, then you're on
Yeah,
hard,
exactly.
and then worst you have to do is make another stop onto softs, which isn't that bad.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be another safety car, because there's still 19 drivers in the race that could crash.
Yeah.
But 6 laps until the first safety car. It was quite an eventful start, loads of spins happening, people really struggling with throttle, tyre temperatures.
Surprisingly, Finn being BH, I thought he was on for the win there, but the amount of times he spun, he's still in the pit lane. He's almost a lap behind if you look on the map.
Oh yeah,
Will
he's
he
not
be a lap
miles off
behind?
getting lapped. He's going to have to catch up quite a bit, and that's going to put a bit of wear on his odds before the safety car even starts again.
That also means the safety car will probably stay out for 3 laps. Loki G in chat predicts 7 DNFs and 2 safety cars. I mean, it's still on, but I highly doubt there'll be 7 DNFs at this rate.
Yeah, you never know though. It just takes one driver to forget to brake or something, and
Yeah, that's
Three
really
drives
take
in a
out a
wall.
few with him.
Matthews just told the Alpine to just let him pass off the start. I'm not sure what he expects him to say, but... Oh, apparently that was a glitch, but... Not much you can do.
Anyway. So
Could be a
Recon
while
is now
until-
caught right up to the Williams, which could be crucial for him. Williams was like 9 seconds in the league, and now Recon is. It is possible that he could get P1 on the start and maybe fend off him for the rest of the race. You never know. Anything can happen. That has been a safety car.
Yeah, and both the Red Bulls have made a great comeback. They both finished about P17, P18 during the sprint, so that's a great drive from them both so far. They're on different strategies. Neutral can't on the flash hards, while MRI is on the starting mediums.
MRI
It'll be interesting to see
though
how
is
that plays
left.
out.
Like he's not actually in.
Oh, is he not?
No, that's
Oh,
just
no,
his
he's
AI
not.
racing. That's just a neutral car, really.
Yeah.
What's crazy for me,
anyone's for the taking.
I swear I remember at the start TikTok Matthew spinning into like P18. I don't know how he's brought it back to P4.
Yeah, it's very impressive how he's managed it a bit.
He's
He
just
started
like,
in P8 apparently, but
but he did get spun first corner,
yeah.
and he was into
Although
like
he hasn't
P18.
boxed yet either. And
Yeah, true.
about half the grid's boxed. Mostly just for hards, but your boy Roy hasn't gone on to softs. I don't know if he's on his AI. Yeah, he's on his AI. I don't know whether that's just because of its safety car or... Not sure, but it looks like the safety car is going to be out for another lap. Because the Ferrari and the Aston Martin haven't caught up just yet. They should be able to catch up before the end of this lap. It seems like Matthews reset the track multiple times. That could be huge penalties for him. There could be big dives around the midfield, especially on the restart. Turn 1 is such a wide apex with the track. There's room for loads of drivers, and they'll see that as an opportunity to just go diving way too late, and that is how a huge incident started in the sprint. And I can definitely see it happening again.
So the safety car will be in this lap, even though Finn BH has somehow spun under safety car. He still has his wing intact though. I thought he hit the wall from my POV, but I guess not, because he's still got his full wing intact. But that's pretty surprising that he spun under safety car.
His wings
Luckily.
intact, but I doubt his pride is still. The
Yeah.
safety car is not. It's not.
Unless
ideal.
he got spun. That could always be a.
Yeah, but not sure. I mean, if he says anything, I'd love to hear it, but from what I know, he has just messed up.
This car is in this lap. It'll be interesting to see out the top 3 who will get the lead of the race. I think the Williams might keep it, just because he's shown excellent pace so far in the first 8 laps.
Yeah, he has had a fantastic drive so far. But Recon,
Yeah.
he could just sit off a bit, and when MJ was a bit low on battery, that's when he could attempt to strike, but it all comes down to strategy. Yellow Lime can't be underrated either, because he has been very quick this weekend as well.
If I was Recon right now, I know I'm a bit slower than this Williams. I'm going to use a lot of my battery on the first straight, try and get the overtake done, and then defend against him.
Yeah.
That'd be my key to try and win this race. I don't know what he's going to do though.
MJ is very good at overtaking as well, which could be a problem for McLaren, but he leaves again. He gets a good exit, both using ERS. It looks like
Yeah, Yellow Line didn't have a great exit, as there's already contact at the back. The Alfa Romeo spun, both the Alfa Romeos are the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo are around.
McLaren sits behind MJ, can't make a move yet. Nushu Khan and Captain Smek in the Red Bull and
Salsa
McLaren
sends.
rotate position.
Oh, as it's right into turn 1,
Lanky Lucas.
there's carnage at the back.
Oh,
They're
there's
all
a car
fighting for the
park.
positions.
All sorts
Finn
happening.
BH just loses out there as the Mercedes overtakes him. What is going to happen in this?
That looks inevitable at the moment. I'm not sure how it's not happened yet. Your boy makes a move on Captain Smek, who loses both positions. He is on AI. All 3 of them are on AI. There's just 3 AI batting out from P8 to P10. Salsa gets a move on Louis, who is also disconnected.
Is Salsa going to get the move on the Aston Martin? Not here. He's not going to send it down the inside. He's going to try and get a better exit coming out of the corner. As Yellow Lime is really close to Recon. As he goes down the inside, Yellow Lime
hits the apex nicely. McLaren goes for the switchback, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it. He didn't get quite a quick enough exit.
Yeah.
Is he going to make another dive though at the hairpin? He looks primed.
He's
and
not.
ready
He's
to
going to go for a
it.
better exit
No.
coming into sector 3.
This could be a perfect time for MJ to just run away with the lead now.
Yeah. And if there's no safety cars, then that's perfect. But Yellow Lime seems to gain in that 3rd sector. I don't know if it's for higher wings or what, but as Recon goes even wider, this is not helping his chances at even the P2 here.
Although he has still got 90% battery still.
Yellow
flag in
flag.
sector 3 is
It's
Aston
Finn
Martin's gone round
again.
of Finn BH. He's just not had a good day. He has not had
I
a good
really
day at
thought he
all,
was going to do well, maybe even win.
and he's had to box.
Look
It's
at the gap though.
unfortunate.
Look at the gap between your boy Roy and everyone, Renegade and everyone else. As he's
Could be Hitch
retired
has
from the
retired.
session.
He's had enough. Don't blame him. It's been a long day. Abdulwakil gets the move done on Salsa.
Yellow Lime
But he's
though,
a bit
look at
all over
him.
the place.
Look at Yellow Lime right on the Williams. Can he maybe get the move in the next couple of laps? DRS will help him, but he's really close. I think he's definitely got more downfalls than the Williams because he seems to lose on these straights,
Yeah,
but he's
on that
gaining
exit.
sector 1 and sector 3.
DRS isn't on just yet. I think it might be coming on next lap. So that will help him as long as he can stay within a second. As Tix on Matthew and Recon look to be going at it. Recon's not going to make a dive as the Alfa Romeo does get past him quite comfortably. Recon has a penalty as well. I don't know when he picked that up, but I missed it. It's 3 seconds. That's going to hurt his race quite a lot if he stays close with everyone. Yellow Lime now gets past MJO, who ghosted. Oh, but he's lagged back behind. I'm not sure what's happened. MJO is in the lead still. 7 tenths. 3 seconds behind that. Yellow Lime and MJO are just miles ahead of the rest of the pack. Their pace today has been very impressive. I can't tell which drivers are actually disconnected and which ones are still going. But Recon could make a move on TikTok Matthew, but he sticks behind just for turn 1. He's still got plenty of ERS, so he could make quite a comfortable move with DRS coming onto the back straight. But he's first got to get to sector 1 and the start of sector 2, which can be tricky.
They're just running away with it now.
Yellow
The
flag in
top
sector
2.
1.
Okay, 5 or 6 seconds to TikTok Matthew. It's unbelievable.
I don't know how they pulled that kind of gap. But all of them are quite low on ERS. They've been battling as much as possible. Williams gets a poor exit. Alpine looks to be charging by. He gets DRS. Despite Anjo's straight line advantage, he keeps it with him side by side. They're going to be wheel to wheel going into the end of the straight.
Both
Who
spamming
can
their
relate to the
ERS. Almost.
Both on mediums, same amount of time. Williams
As
manages to
Williams
get ahead,
keeps
but
the
Alpine
lead,
keeps it
but
with
Yellow
him.
Line gets a good
Might be
exit
inside the
here.
following
It can't
corner.
be
Williams looks for a
dive down.
switchback. It can't be there, so he has to go around the outside. He's going to keep with him slightly, nearly off the track. He manages to get ahead just slightly at the hairpin of turn 17 and just squeezes Yellow Lime off. And manages
Yellow
to
Line
hold
come
the
back
lead.
in though. Maybe on the first straight, or definitely that straight they just went past.
The Alpine has a huge downforce advantage, but just on the exit of the straight you can see MJO just gains about 2 tenths before DRS turns on. That's helping him hugely.
That,
Defending.
yeah, you can just tell from the onboard how much he gains.
Or they will need to be boxing pretty anytime soon, to be honest, as they're on 11 lap old mediums. They're going to be starting to struggle for grip. Yellow
How
Line
high
could
is
be
this
thinking
AI?
about it.
It genuinely feels like some of these people are slower than the AI, which it should be. Because some people have left the session.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the AI level.
It's
AI's on 41, so it's definitely not quick. I would hope these lot are faster than 41 AI.
Yeah, no, but to be fair, it is bottom tier. I mean, I'm not saying people are slow, I'm just saying, like,
They're not
it
exactly
seems
quick
like
either.
some of these AIs are faster than some of the drivers.
I'll tell you what, the AI are producing some of the best battles though.
Yeah.
Abdulwakil 3 second penalty.
Look at the gap to Yellow Line and Williams now, he's just fell short of seconds.
I wonder now if Yellow Lime's thinking about an undercut. If he could just come in this lap and go on to hard, he could maybe get ahead of MJO by the time he boxes. But he would have to rely on there being no safety car for the next few laps, which it doesn't look like there has been. There hasn't been a big incident for a few laps. It's looking pretty clean. But he's struggling to keep it with him, bounces on the curves a little bit. Turn 18, he falls back even more, but he looks like he's gonna be able to call a gap back. It stays even, just over a second. Can he get DRS in time? No, they pass the detection zone. He's not gonna go into the pits either. Luke Khan, another 2 second penalty. Recon sitting behind Matthew, way more battery.
I think it's clear now that the Williams could be running away with it here. 1.3 seconds and bridging like 3 seconds of gap on these straights. As long as he can keep it steady through these corners, then he's got a really good chance at winning this race.
Ferrari and the Ferrari of Louis has just gone rocketing past Matthew and Recon. I don't know if the AI. I think it might be bugged, honestly, because that was not 41 difficulty. Just shooting past both the drivers. McLaren's now pretty close to each other. They're going to be fighting hard. Not what you want from teammates, but it looks like it's going to happen. Captain Spec did make it past Recon, despite possibly on the slower tyres that are on mediums and hards on the same amount of time. But Smek has made it past Matthew as well. He's
Look at the gap
away
though
from
between Louis and Yellow Line. It's massive. Like they're on opposite sides of the straight to each other.
It's like Mercedes over the last 7 years. They've just gone shooting away in the
Yeah.
1-2. And it doesn't, unless it's a safety car, there's no way that anyone else on the grid will be able to catch up.
Yeah, there's no way Louis can bridge 15 seconds to 16 seconds in half a race.
Yeah, especially against two of the fastest drivers on the grid. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. I have no clue what for. But MJ
It doesn't
comes
seem
into the
like he's on
pits now.
spun or anything.
He might have just run a bit wide or something. Alpine's staying out. Williams comes into the pits. I'm guessing he's going on hards and will try
He
to
could
go the
get caught in
distance.
traffic though.
That
We'll
will cause a
see.
huge problem for him. It does look perfect for traffic if the drivers can catch up. He starts to leave the pits.
I think he's going to come out in front of everyone. He is. He's a pit stop in front.
That just shows the
Of
huge
P3.
gap that they managed to pull. Although Captain Spec could manage to catch up a bit because MJ will be on very cold
Oh, what's
tyres.
going on here? Look at this. Why is everyone going 1 miles per hour? For some reason, TikTok Matthew, and he's just like taking people out. What the hell's going on? For me, they're all going 50 miles per hour. Already
Yeah,
started.
he's in the pit lane. He's just come out. Turn 1 rundown. He's gone
Louis
so
doing
slow
it.
to avoid the contact.
Safety
with
car.
No space left. Yeah, there was a safety car. A Ferrari just... Louis just didn't brake. And he's DNF now. That's one of the Ferraris out, along with the Aston Martin and Tab. A second safety car off the race, halfway through. And this is perfect for Yellow Lime, actually.
Well, apparently our
Absolutely
lobby's
perfect.
bugged.
Yeah, it does look quite glitchy. There might have to be a 25% restart. I wouldn't be
Or
surprised.
maybe I think it's just our lobby which is bugged and not everyone else's.
Really?
Um,
Oh, hang on. We might have to leave and rejoin.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna have to leave. Hopefully someone can give us an invite. I mean, we should be able to just join off the Yellow Line of his Xbox profile. I was gonna say that was a weird race. I don't know what was happening.
For some
the
reason,
AI
for me on my screen, like the whole like the bottom 3 people are just going super slow on the straights.
Oh,
TikTok Matthew completely cut the last corner and went 50 miles per hour. It was like he had his pit limiter on when he weren't in the pits.
all the AI was just going at like 90 speed or something. It's, I'll join off the Yellow Line. Hopefully we can get stream back on.
Could I have an invite after, please?
Yeah. Do I have them added, actually? Need to find them. What's his Xbox thing?
Who's?
Yellow Limes. I just need to check that. There we go. Oh, thank you. Rebel invited me instead. Thanks very much. And I'll invite you once I get in. Yeah, I'm back. I'll invite you now.
Thank you.
There we go. It is a safety car, but Chicken Truck in the lead. Hang on. I'll see if he's boxed. He's on 10 lap old hards. Yellow Lime in P3, he's boxed. MJ P5 with Lanky Lucas between the two on much older hards. Are you just joining now?
I've not got an invite yet.
Oh, I don't know. Try again.
Oh, thanks.
There you go. Right, there are still 3 people DNF'd. I'm assuming that is the right thing. It's not bugged this time. But the tyres are all over the place. Just one driver on softs, XT Wavy. Clearly looking for just a quick stint, but he's not going to be able to make it go the distance. There's still half the race to go. Yellow Line looks set for a really good position now, as he's on hards that will go the distance, same with MJ. But Yellow Line's just slightly fresher, and he's got just another car between them.
So Chicken Truck already boxed. I'm surprised he didn't box again, to be fair, with 12 laps to go. I don't know if them hards will
It
last.
seemed like a perfect chance, but I don't think mediums would go the distance from when the safety car started, but I don't know if he had fresh ones either, but the safety car is in this lap. Chicken Truck will be restarting for us. Captain Smeck's joined back in McLaren. Hopefully he can bring his race back. It's Ferrari and Alfa Romeo going wheel to wheel. I think that's a visual thing, because they're going on top of each other. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all. Let's just forget about that. Move back to the race leaders, who are about to restart.
From now on, if I see any really weird stuff, I just won't mention it, because it must be a lobby glitch. Oh my god, yeah, I see what you mean by they're on top of each other.
I don't know what's happening between those two, but I think the rest of the lobby's fine.
Oh my god.
As Chicken Truck comes down the final corner, it's going to go very wide off the restart, but manages to keep it ahead of Neutral Khan, who's in P2 with the Red Bull. Yellow Line got a good restart. He could go for a dive on the Red Bull, but he isn't going to do it at turn 1. He's going to just stick behind. He's on the fresher hard, so he has a big advantage for grip. Lanky Lucas already dropping behind a bit on 13 lap old hards. He's going to be struggling for traction. MJ 3 lap old hards. He's going to be hunting down P1 again. It's yellow flags in sector 1 and McLaren's gone round Captain Smeck. I'm not sure if there was contact or he's just spun on his own. Which, since joining back, it's not been a good start.
This has really not helped the Williams, who boxed before the safety car came out. Yellow Line is now in the lead.
Ferrari and Alfa Romeo are still doing some not PG friendly things to each other. I don't know what. I don't want to see that. Neutral Khan on the straight, sitting behind Chicken Truck. He could make a move. He's not going to go for a dive though, as AlphaTauri stays ahead for another lap.
Oh, Aston Martin makes contact with the Williams, who was the race leader. The Williams is falling down the grid. He's now P7. Will he be overtaken by Salsa?
MJ has just had terrible luck this season all round. He shows such good pace in quali and just the race, but he keeps getting taken out by other drivers that are overlapping strategies, and It's been really unfortunate for him. He deserves a lot
Yeah.
more than this.
This seems to be unfortunate at the moment. He was on for the lead until the safety car came out. He got unlucky by the time he boxed.
Yeah.
And now he's going into the pit. He must have damage.
Oh, it's a nightmare for the Williams now. He has to hope for a safety
Oh.
car if he wants to get points. You've got to feel bad for him. It's gone wrong so quickly. The Haas has boxed as well. He's on relatively fresh medium, so I'm assuming he has damage as well.
So right now
They
it
aren't
does look
gonna
like
be
yellow
fixing his front
line.
wing.
Looks like yellow line here
Is it-
is
They've gone on to Inters. Both of
Inters.
them.
Is it gonna rain? Might rain
Well,
soon.
I'm no
Unless our lobby's glitched
weatherman or
again.
anything, but the track looks pretty dry to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll ask the chat, see if any of them. I don't. Why have they gone on to the Inters?
Oh, look at the fight for P1. Here we go. Alpine on the Red Bull, but like I said, the Red Bull just has so much more straight line speed than Yellow Lime, and Yellow Lime's fallen down to P4 now.
It's a 3 wide at the end of the straight, but Mercedes backs out. AlphaTauri and Red Bull wheel to wheel through the second turn, the right-hander. Have to keep the throttle down. Red Bull just pushed just to the edge of the track. The tight hairpin left-hander. AlphaTauri looks for a switchback, but it's just not there, and the Red Bull gets ahead.
That's the Red Bull spun! He's around!
Oh, he's gone.
And that's...
He just pushed a bit too hard. And that's
I
his
think
race
he got
in the
spun,
mud.
but that's just took him out of the contention for a podium there. Look at Chicken Truck's positions
Oh,
gained. He's
he's
gained
racing.
16 positions this race.
Yeah, what a race it's been for him. He's shown some really decent results, or she, so. But at Belgium as well, it was similar to this until it all went wrong on the final lap or something. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. There's a yellow flag in sector 3.
Red Bull keeps on
really struggling with the
spinning.
race.
He's spun 3 times now in the
Oh,
final,
he's behind the
final
Inter drivers. That's
sector.
dear. I don't know. No
It
one's
really
said
looks
anything about
now.
them being on Inters.
It really looks like now that Yellow Line could be on for the win of this race, as long as he don't get into any incidents with Chicken Truck. Just gets past him easily, like he could do. As it started to rain, it's raining.
Oh wow, so
It's
it might have
changed
just been a
everything.
strategy call. Just a very early one instead. Will there be a safety car that could help them out a bit, but everyone just gets a free pit stop then. Alpine completely out of ERS. Won't be able to get past, and it's going to be wet for the end of this race, and it's going to pick up enough. There's about 10 laps left.
Now here's where the strategies come in. Do you box now or do you wait a lap? You can already tell it's starting to get slippery, but I think at the moment it's still dry weather. I don't know.
It doesn't
who will
look
box.
messed up enough. There's a
Who
yellow flag in
says
sector
is
2 and
yellow
3. Someone's
flag.
gone round.
It's a Ferrari, I think. Oh no, it's not. It's not.
It looks like they've recovered, whoever it was. It must have just been a loss of the rear. XT Wavy on soft. I'm starting to see a strategy now. It looks like he knew there was rain coming. It just went on a short stint until the rain came. It looks like that's going to
Yeah.
work really well for him.
So no one's boxed yet. Everyone is staying out. You can tell it's getting slippery, but I don't think at the moment it's time for the dry.
Yeah,
For
the
the
rain's picking
Inter.
up.
Yeah, Lime's just got to hope he gets the strategy right, and then he wins. But if he does not get it right, then
I am
Really not
still
great for him.
confused by FIFA's and MJO's strategy to go on into so early though. I'm not sure why they've done that.
as Yellow Lime side by side, 4P1. He gets the switchback. Is he going to scare around the outside?
They just avoid contact, almost
And he
spinning
does.
each other. AlphaTauri goes wide, but they're still wheel to wheel. Alpine gets a better exit run. Oh, there's contact, and they're both gone.
Ah, that's got to be a safety car.
And Alpine manages.
That's
How was
that is a
Alpine not
safety car.
DNF?
I have no idea. That was a
But-
massive collision there. I think
They
that
were
was
both
all Yellow
struggling.
Lime's
It was
fault
slightly
from
slippy,
looking at it.
both on hards, and it was bound to happen. As they just
I
catch
genuinely-
the rear wheel.
Yeah, I think Yellow Lime was trying to push him a bit wide, and then Chicken Truck just got caught there on his rear tire,
Yeah.
right rear tire.
Although maybe it's not all bad for MJO then. Actually, yeah, no, it is bad because everyone can go onto Inters now. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's what they'll be doing because it's going to be wet enough by the end of the safety car. and Lanky Lucas suddenly looks in a position to win the race. He stayed on the hards and he's not got a penalty yet. Question is, will
Can
he go
already
in for
tell
Inters?
there's going to be arguments in chat.
Yeah, it's not going to be a happy lobby. As Mercedes does crawl into the pit lane. Rain
Chicken
starting
truck
to
already
really
going
pick
to
up.
kill himself apparently.
It's the commentator's curse. Just as I said, his race is going well, and it couldn't go
Yeah.
wrong. It all goes wrong. Oh, feel bad for Chicken Truck. Second time I remember that it's happened. Might be the third time, to be honest. McLaren's might have to double stack, as Recon loses loads of time on the double stack. Both trying to fit new inters on the safety car. It's going to be a wet finish to the race. Wavy's on hards. I think
What?
he's messed up.
He
I
must have accidentally clicked the wrong tyres. There's no way he'd go on to hard in
Yeah,
these conditions.
he's gone on
You
to
could
his
just-
old set of hards, and
You-
suddenly
you
he's
could
back in the
just-
box again.
You could just see on the that could be crucial. To be fair, he could have been on chance for a podium if you look at
Yeah.
everyone's time pens.
But it's just suddenly all gone wrong. Abdul Wiki has 12-second penalties, but he is in P2.
And all of a sudden, I have no idea where Lanky Lucas has came from, but he is all of a sudden in the lead of the race with no
Yeah,
time
he just
pen,
got his
so-
strategy perfect. He managed to make the hards last, and with a couple incidents that he got lucky with, he's into the lead. And if he doesn't pick up a penalty, this could be his for the taking. This is going to be about 6 laps of racing, I reckon, once the safety car comes in. But what a race this has been so far, especially with the sprint as well. It just entertaining, yeah. Clean, not so much.
Definitely not at the moment, anyway.
But either
Seen
way,
a couple
I've
of
enjoyed
goals,
watching
though.
it. Yeah, it just comes down to whether Lucas can capitalise on this, completely messed up grid order. A lot of the faster drivers are near the back. If you look at position changes, Lucas did start P10. Abdul Wahey started P15, and Wavy comes into the pits. Oh, he was on the hards. Yeah, he was on the hards. But your boy Roy's gone from P1 all the way to P15, and he's just on AI mode. He's not here anymore. But as soon as someone looks set to win the race, they just get taken out, or an incident
Yeah.
happens. So Luke is going to be happening that doesn't come to him as well. I hope I haven't just cursed him either.
You know what? Commentators, guys. Lanky Lucas is definitely going to win this race. There's no doubt
Yeah, I'm
about
sure
it now.
he will. Can't
He's
lose it
like-
now.
Look at everyone with a time pen all the way up down to P7. There's no way P7 can overtake him from where he is.
There's no way he spins or gets into a crash now. Surely not.
Oh yeah, surely there's only like 6 laps to go, yeah. Yeah, Lanky Lucas has easily got this.
I'll tell you what, despite being P7, FIFA's is actually lined up for a decent finish at the moment because he hasn't got
It
a
could be
penalty.
P2. It
Yeah,
could
right
be
now-
T2 to be fair.
Anything could happen, to be honest. Overtakes won't happen loads, it's all about ERS usage. And we both know that that's not fantastic in this tier. I'm sure most of the drivers will be down to 0% by the second lap of racing. It will probably be coming in this lap. We'll have 6 laps. 6 laps on the inters. There shouldn't be another safety car after this. Yeah, in it comes.
Surprising, Lanky Lucas at the moment isn't warming up his tyres. Maybe he'll start soon, but Yeah, there
Oh,
he
there
goes.
he goes.
Started warming him up.
Although you never get much use out of it, especially in inters. It's getting
Yeah.
wetter. I don't think it's going to end up full wet. It seems like quite light rain, but I don't know whether it's
I
going to
mean,
get
to
slightly
be fair,
heavier.
the track does seem quite wet from
Yeah, it just,
spectators' POV.
but the build-up, there doesn't seem to be too much build-up as Lucas comes on the second last corner. Looks ready to start the Grand Prix. Can Abdul Wakey keep with him? 12-second penalties. It's going to be difficult for him. But off he goes onto the straight. Starts his race once again for the third time now. And he gets a decent exit. Aston Martin sits behind. Surely he won't make a dive. Definitely doesn't. Hayden making a move on the Haas. As Haas gets the switch
As he goes
back.
a bit wider.
Lovely from FIFA's. Back
Well,
into
I
P7
mean,
for him.
I did just see FIFA's like round the back of him, but yeah. Williams looking to gain places after his devastating spin, which took him out of contention for the lead of this race.
Although he hasn't got any penalties, he could still get quite a high finish. And maybe even
Yeah.
a podium with his pace, but I haven't seen him in inters yet. I've only seen him in full wets and dry. That's a time penalty for Recon.
He was once P2 in this race. So many people who are up there: Matthew, Recon, the Williams Yellow Lime, the Red Bull, your boy Roy. They were all like up there, and they're all at the bottom now.
Yeah, it just keeps happening, and I'm sure. Although Lucas he's starting to build up a gap here. Hopefully he can maintain it. Otherwise, it's probably gonna. His race is not gonna end happily. But at the moment, he looks pretty steady. Doesn't look like he's going to be spinning. He's got full
Renegade has
traction
been
control.
overtaken. The Alfa Romeo went wide.
Ferrari and Williams going wheel to wheel. It's tight. Ferrari has just blocked him off. I'm not sure how clean that was, but Williams is going to come back. Ferrari's just blocked him again.
Well, the Williams sent down the inside. He does.
And he's still trying to get the move done, and he has done it. McLaren just forces his way through. Tells the Ferrari just get out of his way, and it works. Ferrari drops into P10. Alfa Romeo could be coming
from
through now.
Recon there for following him through, following the move. It's quite hard, tricky to overtake away.
Salsa and
Salsa gets
Abdul
P2.
Abdul Wakey's dropped back.
It's
He
pretty
must have made a
wide.
mistake. Oh, Mercedes comes back on track,
Oh, there's
nearly
got to be
taking out
contact
the
here.
Aston Martin.
Yeah.
There was
I know.
contact, huge contact. Oh,
For me,
I don't
they
know how to
just
explain what
like,
just happened, but
yeah.
that's another incident. I don't know how none of them has properly
Renegade spun.
spun.
Renegade is round.
Oh.
Phoebus did hit the back of him there, and that is his chance of a podium gone down the drain.
Mjeld is currently sitting P3 after penalties, so if he can just keep it like this, he looks set for a great finish, despite how unlucky he was earlier in the race. Lucas nearly built up a second gap. It's just looking better and better for him every lap.
Oh! As the
who's that
McLaren
gone?
just
Captain
had his
Smack.
wing taken off there, and that's him. Captain Smack. Ow. Ferrari is spun as well, half spun. He's alright. Hayden yep. There's a spectator glitch, because for me, every time someone overtakes someone, the
Yeah.
car on top just goes flying. Salsa's gained a lot of time to lanky Lucas though. Salsa seems to be really fast on these inters. Even though he's got a 6 second, which kind of ruins his chance at a victory unless lanky Lucas spins.
Abdul Wakey gets an awful exit out the final corner as two cars overtake him. He might struggle to keep with Mjeld, who is obviously a very fast driver. He looks for the switchback. He doesn't quite get it. He doesn't get a fast enough exit, and Mjeld's up into
Quite
P5
hard to do
on
that in
track.
wet.
I don't know where this has come from, but I didn't realise Mercedes are on for, first and third before pens. It's great showing from them. They've got pretty lucky with safety cars and strategy, but you've still got to respect it.
Definitely.
Mjeld looks to be hunting down Seaford, boasting similar ERS. You can tell he really wants this extra position. The Haas hasn't used much battery, but MJ does look like he's catching up. He's going to be making a move.
Ooh,
Will he be able to get
the
fully past
straight
Will
line
bit wheel to
speed
wheel?
on that Williams.
MJ is absolutely rapid, but he's completely out of VRS now. Who goes later on the brakes? Looks like they're pretty much even. Pushes the Haas as wide as he can. Haas is going up the inside, has a slight advantage. Looks for the switchback. It's a lovely move from the Williams, and they keep it wheel to wheel. Still neither of them both getting the power down as quickly as possible. Into the hairpin. Williams goes slightly wide, but another switchback.
And he gets another switchback.
It's a lovely
As
move.
a Haas
Yellow
is
flag in
gone,
sector 3. Haas has gone
some
round.
size out.
That's a
He was
beautiful
P2.
overtake from the Williams.
And it's a 1-2 at the moment for Mercedes, before Pens, that is.
That was just beautiful racing from Memjeld. I don't know how
It'll
he
be
managed to make that overtake, but 2 switchbacks, kept it side by side, and he's just showing his quality at the moment.
If it stays like this, it'll be P4 for the Mercedes, 1 out of 2, and then Lanky Lucas will get P1. So
Yeah.
it's really good for Mercedes if it stays like this, and the P2 for the Williams after a bit of an eventful race.
The penalties now. As he knocks
Yellow
the
line is
yellow
out.
line's retired. Aston Martin
I
hits the
think
back
it's a
of
bit too
McLaren,
late for a
sends him
safety
off.
car. There's
There's
carnage.
wing damage for the Aston Martin. McLaren's race has just been completely messed up for Recon. Carnage in sector 1. Best way to describe it. Abdul Wakey, I'm sure, has wing damage. It's difficult to see. His front wing is still on, but he hit the McLaren quite hard. I'm sure he didn't survive that completely unscathed. Hayden Boss is also retired. He's gone into the wall. AlphaTauri of Aston Martin and AlphaTauri going wheel to wheel on the straight. Perfectly side by side. McLaren make it 3 wide. Aston Martin doesn't have the straight line speed to keep it with him. It's gone back into a 3 wide though. This looks bound to end in an incident. But McLaren backs out. And Wakey
Cut
gets
around the outside, has the inside line coming into this corner. Wakey tries to go around the outside, still side by side. The McLaren just gets a better exit, but Wakey sends it down the inside again. Can the McLaren get a switchback? He does, but they're still side by side into this long right hander in sector 3. Can Recon get a better exit? As he does, the Aston Martin goes wide, and now that leaves Renegade to try and overtake him, but he doesn't.
A lovely little move from Recon against get ahead again. Yellow line's left. Unlucky retirement. I didn't see what happened, but there's a yellow flag in sector 3 again. Looks like a Haas has gone round. Too late to pit. I think he might have damage. That's his race in the mud. But he could still be on for points if he can keep it away from Matthew.
Renegade dive bombs the Aston. The Aston gets a better exit. They're side by side. There's a bit of contact made there, but Abdul Wakey just stays in P8. However, he has 15 seconds of time penalty, so it does not really matter at all. Because let's be honest, he's going to get dropped down out of the points.
Oh,
he gets
18
another time
seconds
pen.
Oh, MJ and 1 after 2 going at it. MJ gets ahead. He now has just 2 seconds
Wakey
to gain. He's got
left.
1.5 laps to catch up to Lanky Lucas. If he gets a win today, that is ridiculous drive from him. But his pace is strong. But Lanky Lucas has so much battery, I don't think he can choke it now. But he could be a Tottenham fan, we don't know. Abdul Wakey on AI mode. Drops to P10 now. 18 seconds of penalties, his race is pretty much over.
I tell you what, I was saying about the straight line speed of the Williams. It's really helping in the wet conditions. Every corner that he's literally gaining about 3 tenths. You never know. If Lucas makes a bit of a mistake here, even though Lucas got so much more battery, this Williams is gained a second in this sector. It's unbelievable
so much faster
pace.
still. Matthew and Abdul Wakey trade positions. And the gap's close to a second after just half a lap. MJ could
As it's
have
drying
this
up,
if he has the straight line
the rain
speed.
has stopped, I think.
So
It seems to
that's
be
gonna
really
give him a
drying
bit more
up.
grip. There won't be any fastest laps, of course, but that could help MJ because he's looked very quick in the dry, especially with his setup. But his ERS is looking extremely low. Lanky Lucas is getting a bit lower, 40%.
Yeah, he's
The
using
gap's just
it.
7
He's a bit
tenths.
nervous. He's getting a bit nervous. This could be really interesting for the lead here. Look at this.
MJ's completely
Attempts
caught up.
for the lead. Captain Williams make a move on Lanky Lucas. for the lead of this race on the final lap of this race. The Williams looking for a move down into this late breaker. Is he going
fakes
to?
the
No, he
dive.
does not. He tries to send him. Can he get a better exit though? Gain time on the straight, even though we've seen he's got low line speed, as it's clearly not paying off for him. But remember, this is for the win on this race, and he try and do anything for the move. He's just losing and losing time.
He's out of battery. He's
Final
not
lap.
going to go for a dive. He just has to rely on a mistake and go up the inside foot on a corner. It's going to be extremely
Or
tight.
could he go for
make
the
a
move
dive
here?
He's not going to. He's going to keep it calm, keep it collected. He's found a mistake for Lanky
fully
Lucas. He's
dry
gone
now.
wheel to wheel. Final lap of the race. Sector 3. Tries to take him on the outside. Lucas forced him wider. Switchback. Turn 17.
Oh
Just
my
two-
god, they're side by
Two
side.
turns. He's got to keep it around the outside. It's going to be extremely difficult. Lanky Lucas messes up. He gets past.
As he gets the move
And
done
just into the lead.
for the lead of the race on the final lap of this race as the Mercedes
that's
dive bombs him.
dirty from Lucas.
That is a
who
very
dives up the
dirty
inside.
move. I wonder what will be said about that at the end of the race. But at the
Lucas
moment,
does
as
come
it
home to
stands, Lanky
finish.
Lucas
The Dakota
comes
Grand
round the
Prix
final
in
corner.
first place. M. Jordan second, but who I'm sure will probably finish first after the next Lucas penalty. FIFA's in third. Neutral Khan in fourth. Wavy in fifth. 1 out of 2 P6. Recon P7. Renegade P8. On Matthew P8, sorry. Renegade P9. Salsa in the house rounds out the points in P10. And Abdul Wakey just missed out on points P11 after a huge amount of penalties.
I wonder what will be said about that for that move from Lanky Lucas. He literally just went for the dive bomb for the lead and just shoved the Williams off track there. That was not great racing, but I wonder if that Mercedes will keep the lead.
Yeah, I highly doubt it. It
Yeah.
looks set for MJ. He was about 3 tenths behind, and it's not a turn you overtake at. He just completely not braked, shoved him off. But what a race from MJ. For me, MJ instantly gets driver of the day. He showed such great pace, but came back from, having a spin and managed to most likely win this race. What
Yeah.
a drive from him.
Lanky Lucas didn't get any points in the sprint though, so he just gets 25 points. The Williams did well to bring it back though, after that incident, having to pit early for them Inters. He got quite lucky with the safety car, but
Yeah,
got 22 points overall.
I was shocked by his strategy, but it seemed to pay off.
Yep. Anyway, I'm going to go.
Alright, see ya.
See ya.
Yeah, what a race that was. I mean, a bit dodgy from Lucas, but I'm sure the FIA will sort that out at the end. MJ finishes P2 just behind the Mercedes, although I'm sure after Pens, MJ will get a win after an insane comeback, who did get spun earlier in the race, and it's a brilliant drive from him. And that rounds out the Tier 6 Dakota Grand Prix.